menu.html page. Then we had a show page, right, where we could show all the records that we have inserted. Right, we'll do it again so that we can see that it's working properly. We have a insert page where we are supposed to insert the marks. Now let's create an update and a delete page. Right, we'll create an update and a delete page. So let's let the project run for a while. We'll see how the things work then. So are you guys able to make this project by yourself? Are you guys even trying? Because if you do, then you will be able to make a project by yourself, right? And that's what you are supposed to do. We have given a last date of 27 August, and by that time our project will be completely over, and you'll be able to, if you just focus on here, you'll be able to understand everything that you need to create a project like this, a web development project in Java. You'll be able to create. Right? So, and we'll be adding CSS. Don't worry, we'll be adding CSS at the last so that it will just look good. For now, we are just testing the functionalities whether it's working properly or not. So let's register this person here. It will take a while to just load it. So let's okay, register it. What the name should be? Say, say John, right? Password should be 123. Let's say. Right. Its roll number should be, let's say, 4. Okay. One more thing is, we can add a primary key to the roll number, right? So that no two people can have the same roll number, right? We can do that, and we will do that later. Or let's do it now only. We'll be handling everything. Don't worry. What to do in the case of this? We'll be adding a validation too, so that you'll see why do we need validation here, right? So what's the name of a table? It's, I guess, show tables. Let's see. User, I guess. Yes, it is user. So alright. We'll add the validation later, but let's just let's add it to roll number 4. Do we have a negative roll number here? No, we don't have a negative roll number here. So it's just 4 by now. So let's register it. Alright, so it has been registered. Now let's log into it with the name John. Password is 123. Let's log into him. Right, and we got to the menu.html page, right? And there was no other way to get to the menu.html page. You can see that, right? Because it's home, insert, show, update, delete, and log. There was no other way we could have gotten to this menu.html page. There was only one way, which is after logging in, right? So when we see the home, this is the home page only. When we are supposed to insert a marks, let's insert some marks. Its name was John. Okay, so later on what we'll do is we'll remove this name and roll number criteria in this inserting marks column. We'll just let it do automatically. Right now we are supposed to do it manually, and we are supposed to write the correct marks here. Say 77, 88, and then 9. Right. Let's insert the marks. Okay, and what we are going to do later on is we are going to add a pop-up pop-up type here using JavaScript, which will show that yes, the data has been inserted, a pop-up like that, right? So if you follow up to this, you can see that as well. Now this is the table that we had here, right? We just inserted John's data here, and we are able to see it, right? So this is how this thing. Okay, so any doubt with the query? queries that we are running here, and how are we just fetching this data and displaying here. Any doubts with that? If you guys have any doubt, please let me know. I'll explain you even from the beginning. That's okay. So we're supposed to have this update and this delete and this logout button working. So let's go to this page. Okay, so now let's go to the show.java page first. Now what we are going to do is we are just going to add to the list. We are going to add show all the records. Right? We just added a heading to it and nothing else. So our show is working properly, our insert is working properly. Now we are supposed to have another page which is for updating the data, right? Now let's create a HTML file here. Let's name it as update. Right, we'll see it. And let's create a Java file as well. Subnet. The file's name is update. Right. Next, let's add the information automatically to the web.xml page. So now what we need to do is we need to update the data, right? So let's let the query work normally. So for example, we have ABC, right? So let's update it corresponding to the roll number. Let's update it corresponding to the roll number. So I want to update the name of DEF of the roll number 2, right? I want to update the name of roll number 2. So what should be the query? Any ideas? Any guesses? What should be the query to update name of roll number 2? Okay, so let me write just update. Then we are supposed to write the table name. What's the table's name? User. Update. Now set name equals to, we are going to set the name as, let's say, DDD, where role equals to 4. Right? Do you understand this query? It's simple English, right? You can understand it easily. Update user, set name equals to this, where roll number is 4. So when we will press enter, see, it says query is okay. And let's see it. Okay, all right. All right, so roll number was 4. So John was edited to DDD. It's all right. It will work as well. There's John again. Now what's supposed to change roll number 2 to, yeah, so we have ABC, then Danny, then John. Right. So update query is working properly here. The same we are going to do with the Java. Right. So we'll copy this insert.java code, and this will be enough for it. Right. It's the same code. You can see that we have a Java. Just we are supposed to name our file as update here. Right now we have to get. And okay, so now one more thing is we need to first of all create the HTML page for it, and we'll see it. Okay, what's another error that we are having here is, there's no other error. Okay, we'll change this. Yeah, so let's go to the update.html folder. Okay. Now what we need to do is, first of all, we need a heading here. Add a heading, update records, let's say. Get records is supposed to be our right. Now let's add, for example, we need some data, right? We need some data to update our records, right? So let's do one thing. Let's okay. So we'll do one thing is which is add a table here first of all. Now what we're going to do is okay, we need another thing which is a form. Okay, right. Its action should be towards the update page that we have just created, right? Now another thing that we are supposed to do is yeah. So let's say we are going to search the data corresponding to the we are going to search the data corresponding to the roll number, right? So what we are going to do is SERCH search. Let's write search and we'll input. Let's say type equals to number. And what we are going to do is right. Another thing that we are going to add is that equals to submit, right? Okay, so I guess this should work. So what it will do is it will first of all search the data. Name equals to row. Right? So what we are going to make it do is it will first of all search the data, and then what it will do is it will display the record corresponding to that data, right? So now when we'll click on this, it should take us to the update.java page. Now what this page will do, okay, all right. Okay, so this will be a little tricky. So stay with me to understand all this. Yeah. So we'll have a roll number here. And right. Now what we are going to do is we are going to select the data, select start from, let's say marks. Yeah, here we are supposed to update our marks, right? We are just doing this for the marks only, right? So let's start from marks, where roll equals to s1. So this will be it. Execute query. I'm supposed to write here. Now result set rx equals to. So we are using just all those things only, right? Like result set, then statement, then connection. We are just using this code only mainly, and we are just making some changes so that we get the required output. And that's it. That it's not that much tough to understand. Uh, yeah. So what we're going to do here is Tell them. We are just creating an HTML page here, and this can be even dynamic as well. Okay, so now one more thing that we can do is, let's not create an HTML page here. Let's take it to the update page, and what we'll do here is, let's say we have another form here. Yes, we can enter forms here, and this form will take us to the update page only. So let's see how does it work. Now we have this form. Let's create a table inside it. And let's say cell pairing equals to 26. Right, like this. Now we are supposed to create a table row here. Table data that we have here. We need two table datas, one for the name. Okay, so why should we write this much when we can just go to the insert.html page, and we just need to copy all this from here. Let's just copy all this. So what we are doing here is, do we have any error here? We just need a closing tag. Like, I guess it's all, no, yeah, it's all correct now. So what we have done is, we have added all the data here. Let's remove the reset button from here. Let's add an update button here. And what we are going to do is, it all is a name and roll number and all. So what one thing we can do is, right, give a name. I don't think we will see something else. Okay, so yeah. So now we have the name, roll number, and the marks here, right? So let us remove this criteria from here because we won't be needing it much. Okay, so let them be numbers if we are supposed to update something. Yeah, so this will work from here. Yeah, so this is the update page that we have here. And do we have the list? No, we don't have the list here. So let's add the list as well. What we're going to do is, we are going to just write here update.html. Right. So now we have a list ready with us. We are going to make changes in show.html as well, so that show.html is of no need here. Problem with it. This will work now. Now we have an update.java page, and what it will do is, yeah, it will take us to the page. Okay, so just have a close look what we are going to do here now. Right, we have a result set here. Now if rs.next, that means if the result set has a record, then what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to fetch that record. And let's create some string variables here. Let's say we have string s2, s3, s4, and s5 here, right? Now what we are going to do is, if it has a record, then what we are going to do is s2 is equals to rs dot get string. Which string we are supposed to get here? The first one, right? First one is for name. Second one is for roll number. Third one is for chemistry, physics, and maths marks. Now we are going to write S3, S4, and S5 here. Now what we are going to do is, when we are using this response.send redirect, right? So what we are going to do is just going to add a question mark here, and we are going to send these values as well, right? So let me just check how we're supposed to make it work. And we have a username equals to, let's say it is S2, right? Okay, we will S2 might not have been initialized, right? Initialize them. Well, it's supposed to be the same. Rn equals to S1, right? Then marks of chemistry. Okay, so let me just check one thing here. When we'll go to this show page, we'll go to the insert page, right? So what we have here, first is physics, chemistry, and then we have math. So first is physics. Let's send its data as S3. Then we have chemistry's marks, which is S4. Then we have maths marks, which is S5. Right, so this was it, and we are sending all these data to that page. Let's see whether we have this page or not. Okay, so yeah, it's okay. I guess we haven't added anything to the home.html page. Okay, it's not. It's we are supposed to write it as menu, and the menu page has the update.html page. Right now, we are supposed to add same page in show.java as well. Update.html. Right now, in the login, okay, in the insert.html, we have the same page. Update.html is the same page as well. Yeah, so let's refresh it now and let's see whether it works or not. We have show. Okay, so there's some kind of error. What is it? Alright, so it's working properly from here. Now let's go to the update. Yeah, so we have this update records table. Now we are going to just so what we are going to do here is when we'll search for the record, all the record will get displayed here, right? When we'll search corresponding to the roll number, it will get displayed here, and we can just change the data here, and then when we'll click on this update button, all the data will get updated. That's what we want to do. So now let's check whether everything is working properly or not. Yeah, so we have this search button, and when we'll click on this, the action will take us to the update.java page with the rn here. So yeah, so this is working nice, and we have the response or send it direct to the. It is supposed to go to the update.html page. Update.html. Right. Now about the page, let's give it a title as update. Right. Update records here with. Okay, so another thing that we're supposed to do is let's create another file with the name update2. Will be easier to understand with this update2. Okay, so why do we need this update2? So that you can update all the data using this. You can update it using the update one as well, but it will be easier to understand for all of us. Yeah. So we have this. Now what we are going to do is we are going to request the parameters from here as well. Okay, string equals to this. String s4 equals to this, and string 5 equals to this. Now we have this roll number. Let's say we have username, then we have roll number, then we have marks of physics, then we have marks of chemistry, then we have marks of maths. Right. So do you guys have any doubt till now? Because I'm just keep on speaking, and I'm not getting any responses from any of you. Do you guys have any doubt? Okay, so let it not be the doubt of the program, right? Do you guys have any doubt that what are we even trying to do here? Is it clear to you that what are we even trying to do here? Anyone?
Hello.
Yes, Savik?
Sorry, sir. Actually, my mic was not working a bit. That's why. I just want to know that why are we using this update to page HTML1?
Yeah, I was just telling. See, one update we are using to search the data, right? So the
Hmm.
data will get searched, and it will be just displayed here, right? It will get displayed here. Then
Hmm.
when we'll click on this update, then this data will go to that update to page. It will update the record, and it will store it into the table. This what the second update will do. That's why we have two update pages here. We can do it in one as well, but the code will be a little complex, and it will be little hard to understand. All right, we can just code all this in the same update page only. Let it be for now. What we are going to do here is we are going to update the page. So we need a query. Okay, so update a table's name, mark as let's set name equals to what we are going to do is we are going to just write name this comma, and then we are not supposed to update the roll number here. We'll just let it be for a while. Then let's see the records here. What selection from marks? Right. So we have physics, chemistry, and maths. So each y equals to say S3. Then we have n equals to S4. Then we have maths equals to S5. Right. So this, yeah. Now we are going to add the condition where roll equals the roll equals S2. Right. So find these variables that we are using here. We don't need a result set here. We just need to delete this. We don't need a result set here. And what we are going to write here is execute update. Right. So this way our data will get updated, and we don't need all this. We just need to take us to the update or HTML, or let's say it will take us to the, let's take it to the show page. Right. So it will be better for all of us to understand that we just will update the record and we'll be able to see it. Right. And let's write update 2 here so that we can see the record. I hope everything is working fine till now, because I don't see an error here. All right. All right. So let's check it now. Whatever we have written till now, let's just check whether it works or not. We have insert page, we have show page. Let's see the records that we have here. It will take some time. All right. So we have all the records here. Okay. Then we have this update page. Okay. So delete page is yet to work. Let me check one thing here. Yes, the problem is. Oh, all right. So that's all right. Yeah. So now let's go to the update page. Now let's see whether it works or not. We'll click on 2 and let's click on search. Let's see whether we get any error or not. Okay. Oh, all right. So there's one thing that we didn't do. While getting to this, we are supposed to write the value here. Yeah. So what value we are supposed to write here? Let's click to here. And we'll click on the search. Then we have all these values here, which we are supposed to set here. Right. Now value is supposed to be okay.
We can copy paste that, sir. The in like at the top, the values were written, no, in that one local host.
Yeah, we can do that. That's not an issue. But what we need to do is we want that when we'll click on this too, when we'll click on this search, when we'll click on the search, what should happen is all the values should get copied here automatically, right? So for that we need to set a value here. And before that, we need to just, I just cannot properly remember what we are supposed to write here. Otherwise, it would have been really easy. Let me just think. Okay, so I'll think about it later. But let's see whether the update works properly or not. Let's just write two, and let's say the name. Let's write the name as Danny. We are not going to. We are going to set this field as right. We'll set this field as it cannot be updated. Right. Now let's set physics marks. First it was 78. Let's say we have now 79. Now chemistry marks we are supposed to add as 98. Now math marks are we are supposed to add 96. Right. So we'll click on this. Roll number is supposed to be 2. Right. So when we'll click on this update, okay, incorrect integer value null for column row 2. Okay, so there is some kind of error. Let me check just what the error do we have. Right, we have update and update marks set this. Okay. Otherwise, it's working properly. Let's click on
MSME
update
that
here again. Yeah, it is supposed to be empty. Yeah, now we can see that the record has been updated. It's 2, 79, 98, and 96 that we just entered here. Let's add another record and let's update it and we'll see whether it works properly or not. So let's add the name as money. Roll number should be 5, 90, 90, and 90. Let's insert the value. Right, so it has been inserted. Let's see. Yeah, we can see that we have the money here. Right, it has all the data. Now when we'll go to the update, we'll type on the roll number which is 5. Let's search it. We can have the data. Don't worry, we'll discuss about how to get all the data here directly without worrying about adding it from the writing it manually. Right. So now we are not supposed to change its name, so let's keep it money only. And even if we don't write the roll number, it will automatically update the data. Let's say 91 this time. Let's say 92 and let's say 93. Then we'll click on update. Okay, we go to the update again.
so I think that there will be some link between update and update 2 page.
No, there's no necessary to be linked between these two pages. No, there is no link between them. They are two differently working pages. And 93, yeah. Now it will be updated. Now we can see that where the all the data is here, right? And we'll automate everything in such a way that we won't even have to we won't even have to add the name and roll number here. The person who will be logging in, he will just have to add the physics and chemistry marks. That's it. He won't have to enter the name and roll number. They will be automatically entered in it. And when we'll go to the show, yeah, the show will work same as well. And in the update, we'll make some more changes that the person can, yeah, maybe he can change his name, but he won't be able to change his roll number. And the search will work as well, and all the data will get directly displayed here, right? So these changes we will make for sure, so that our website will look even better than before. Now so delete will work really. let's work make let's make the delete work really quick. Okay, so this is working properly now. We just need a delete page. Okay, so let's add the delete functionality in this only. Let's add one thing here, which is update, and the second button that we need here is, let's say it's delete. So what we are going to do is, let's give them as a name equals to status. Let's say status. So what we are going to do here is, if someone clicks on the delete, right? Yeah, yeah. So it will be going to update too. So if someone clicks, let's have another string with the name status equals to request dot get parameter. So instead of creating two pages, yeah, it's supposed to be status, right? So this will wait. Now what we are going to do is, if if the status is, if the status is update, right, then we'll make this code work. Right? For example, let's just write it in the query only. If status dot equals, we're checking for it whether if it's for update dot equals update, then what we want to happen is we want this query to run. If not, if this case doesn't work, then we want to have another query which will delete the data. Q equals to, let's say, from delete from marks where roll equals to, so what our roll number here is, it's 2, right? Yeah. So this is supposed to happen, and now one of these condition will surely execute. So what we're going to do here is we are going to just string Q equals to. So I hope it works fine now. String from here and this string. Right. This is what we did here is we just initialized Q as an empty string. Then what we did, we just added a query in this empty string. If this case
Yes.
works, then this thing, and if not, then the delete query should work. Now let's see whether this works or not. Do we have a delete page? Yeah, we don't need a delete page, right? So let's refresh it and let's see whether it works or not. Uh, let's search about the fifth. So, yeah, so we have all the data here, and we are supposed to, even if we don't write all these things, we are just need to write the roll number here. Let's say his roll number was 5, right? We can, okay, we just search for the roll number 5, and now if we'll click on this delete, all the data should get deleted, right? We can see that there's no data with the name money, right? So our delete is working properly. We don't need this delete here. Is it understood that how did we delete all this? Okay, don't worry. It will be clear tomorrow. It will be all the doubts will be clear. We'll be making it or more understandable, easier to understand the website, so
So
that
could you just like scroll down a little bit? I will take the screenshot of this code.
the update one, this one,
This delete one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this, and make sure you add a condition here, right, where role equals to this, because if you'll just write delete from marks, then all the data will get deleted, and you won't be able to do that.
Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, sir, it's done.
All right, so let's delete these this delete page. We don't need it anymore because we have already deleted data, and we have this. And you can see that all the projects are more or less likely like this only, right? We are learning the basics of web developing project, right? A web project in Java. This is the basic, right? And all the projects work on this only. It has a database, it has a front end, it has a backend language, and it has a
Yeah.
server. So Yeah, if you understood all these basics, you can make a project of your own with more functionalities, right? You can add more things in it. If you guys remember, like I showed you a project, the first, yeah, when we just started with the web development. For example, yeah, I have this project here. Let's say it was my minor project, and it has basically all these things only. And here I have used JSP. JSP just is just Java Servlet Pages. JSP stands for Java Servlet Pages. It has
Yes.
functionality which combines both HTML and Java page in a one file. So we don't need Java file separately and HTML file separately. We can just add it in one file only. So these are just like
Okay.
that only. The more function, it just has more functionalities. The basics are just like this. We have an update, we have insert, and all these operations that we have. These are the basics only. So if you can understand all this, it will be easier to for all of you to create any project. Yeah, so we are now we'll create this logout page tomorrow. How to make this work, and we'll understand the concept of sessions, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I guess
There are
by
one more thing.
yeah,
Yeah. Were you saying something?
no, I wasn't saying that. Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
okay. Yeah, I was saying the thing like you told that you will be like showing this one like when we are inserting some credentials like a name, ID, and password and all. So that
Yeah,
one shows on this local host section above. Like
yeah,
there's a like display of the password and all credential. So how we can protect that one?
yeah. We can use the post method. See, we can use the post method here. We can use the post method. That's it. It will
Okay,
be
so
safe. Yeah.
like where will we like using that post one? Like in which HTML file?
Yeah. For example, we have this insert.html, right? And we haven't added. See, this form has two attributes. One is action and one is method, right? So by default, it's get only, right? So we don't need to write it, but we can, if we want, we can just write it post here, right? So it will be specified that we are using the post method, and what we'll have to do is another thing that we are going to do is we are just going to use do post here instead of do get. We are just going to do post here. That's it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. But every method, but do get has some good functionalities as well. So,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
that's
fine.
what
Hmm.
that. Yeah, that was it for today. You all can leave now. All right. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Lakshmi, ma'am.
Sir.
हाँ मैं कह रहा था आज भी कितने आए थे ओके ऑलराइट supposed to end